What? You want to watch me make an idiot out of myself? Oh, now you want to be Miss Jokey Jokes, huh?
I'm just looking over at you, and you're like, you did that yourself.
I will film you and put it on YouTube.
I will fight you the entire time.
All right, everybody. Misty and I are back from Louisville. It's Sunday, and we are being lazy. I didn't really get a chance to film an intro, but just want to give a shout out to Everyday Kitchen in Louisville. That place was awesome. It was right next to our hotel, and the food there was amazing. And our server as well, she was great. And we just had a really good time in Louisville, hanging out at the Expo. So we went up there. We walked around about a half a day on Wednesday, and then I walked around pretty much all day Thursday. Was hanging out with John and his guys from Upstate Brush Control a good bit while I was there on Thursday. Most of this video is just me getting a chance to jump on some machines and run them for a bit. And I also got to talk to the guys from one of the guys from Ditch Witch about this massive mini skid that they have that you stand on the back. It's massive, 60 horsepower. It weighs like 8,000 pounds or something. It's huge. So check that out. That's at the beginning. And then there's I got to run a New Holland mini excavator, a Yanmar mini excavator, and a Bobcat mini excavator. All of them around the 3.5, 4 ton range. Out of the three, I was really impressed with the New Holland. Just running it for about 5 minutes. It was fast, it was smooth, it was actually really kind of fun to run. The Bobcat wasn't too bad either, and neither was the Yanmar. Like I said, I don't really know a whole lot of the ins and outs. I just got to run them for about 5 minutes, and out of the three, I enjoyed running the New Holland the most. So I'm not saying I would go buy one, but that was a really fun machine. I really wanted to run that Ditch Witch, but the line to run that machine was like a mile long. So, but we had a great time. Actually, as I was walking in the door as well, ran into another YouTuber. I just saw a guy carrying a big camera, and I was like, oh, hey, are you a YouTuber too? And it was Brian's Lawn Care. And if you haven't seen him on YouTube, he has a huge channel. It's like 180,000 subscribers or something like that. And he was a super nice guy. I gave him a card. He subscribed to my channel. I subscribed to his. So that was really fun. So enjoy the video, and hopefully you guys can make it to the Expo next year. If you have anything to do with landscaping or hardscaping, this is an awesome Expo to go to. It's so amazing. It's massive. It was a lot of fun. So hope you guys enjoy. So I saw this thing running outside, and I didn't know you guys had put a 60 horsepower engine in this thing.
Well, this machine's been out about 2 years, SK3000.
2 years, okay, I've never seen this machine before.
Roughly
wow.
2 years. You're looking at, again, a 60 horsepower unit. What we wanted, what we were being asked here at the Ditch Witch factory, we were looking for guys were coming to us looking that are sitting in a skid steer all day long, every day, 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Probably not the machine you want to be looking at.
Yeah.
But if you're constantly in the landscape business, you're always on and off the machine.
Yeah.
And primarily that's why we came out with this machine.
Okay.
Being asked for guys that were off, putting landscape, moving rocks, just on and off the machine. This is basically a full-size skid steer in a smaller package.
Gotcha.
Again, 60 horsepower machine, looking at a weight of about 7,600 pounds.
That's a beast, man.
Picking up and moving, we had a guy yesterday, but picking up and moving about 3,000, 3,100 pounds. But we've had guys yesterday that we're talking about who own the machine, talking about moving in excess of 4,000 pounds.
So, and that's one of those, the reason I'm asking all this, so I have a really good buddy who is a landscaper. I'm not a landscaper, I'm a land service. I do more mulching work and stuff like that. But he has a Bobcat MT100, and his main complaint with it is it can't pick up a pallet of sod. And he's trying to move up to a skid steer, which, don't get me wrong, his MT100 has its place. It's great for what it does. But you know, they do a lot of sod work, and anytime he needs to move pallets around, they either, typically they have to rent a machine, or they'll have to unload about half the pallet, and then they can move it around with their mini skid. So
when you talk about a pallet of sod, you talk about those things, you can talk about weighing in excess of up to 25 to 3,000 pounds. I mean, that's exactly what we're doing with this machine.
Yeah.
hardscape, landscape guys that do a lot of rock work are using this to deliver rock. We're talking rocks that weigh anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 pounds.
Like boulder work.
They're actually having this machine on the trailer, and they're unloading, offloading all the big stuff with this machine right here.
That's awesome.
It's a platform stand-on machine, so it is what we would call a rider.
Okay.
You know, it's heavy, it's bulky. Power-wise, you're getting exactly what that. You're getting a full-size skid steer power.
60 horsepower,
in
yeah.
a smaller package. So all the benefits that you get of a full-blown ride-on skid steer, you're getting in this small package in the SK3000.
And one of the things that the service guy was talking about that I was speaking to, this thing has dual auxiliaries with 3 different flow settings up to what, 22 gallons a minute?
22, 23 gallons a minute. A high flow and a low flow side. So
okay.
your attachments at some time will run a powered attachment, powered swing on a Harley rake.
Yeah.
A grapple bucket, you can do a high and a low flow side to help ease that of the clam bucket shutting relatively hard. Put it on the low flow side,
yeah.
Everything's a little smoother.
Gotcha. And so this thing, you know, at 22 gallons a minute, you know, I think you said it's like 30-some hundred PSI. I mean, you can run mulcher, brush cutter, Harley rake, you know, the auger. There's pretty much any attachments you want to talk about, this thing can run off that circuit.
Oh yeah, when you talk about attachments, you hear the industry talk about certain attachments, 50 attachments. I mean, there's well over 100 different attachments that are in the industry. As you look around the show, everybody has an attachment. Some of the, you know, you see some of the mulch guys right over here on the mulch mate.
Yeah.
They make attachments to fit on these skid steers, and everybody makes a full-size skid steer attachment. So that's one of the benefits of this, especially with the weight, the buckets, what it can pick up, what it can move. That's what we're talking about with this machine.
Is it your engine in it, or is it somebody else's? Are you guys running your own proprietary engine in it, or
it's a Yanmar engine?
Yanmar, okay.
Yanmar, just like you say, we call it a 60. It's actually a 50 to 59 horsepower.
Close enough.
Yeah. 50, 60, right?
Yeah. But you know, Yanmar, that's a bulletproof engine right there. You know, very common.
Move around to the back of the machine. This is the operations side. So we got basically an information center on this machine that tells you your engine RPM, your dual joysticks, functionality for the loader, the drive function of the actual machine, forward and reverse. The other cool thing on this machine, we've got an electric over hydraulic that actually opens. We talk about not having to get off the machine. The attachment plate. It's an electric over hydraulic attachment plate, so you don't have to leave the back of the machine to come up and lock in a bucket.
There's no manual lock or unlock.
Unless we're putting on or plugging in the hydraulic.
Plugging in, the hydraulics, yeah. That is cool. So yeah, that makes things a lot more simple. What's the fuel capacity? How many hours operation are you going to get out of this thing on a full tank of fuel?
Full tank of fuel, what we're striving for, depending on your engine RPM, where you run it, but what we strive for is an 8-hour workday.
Okay.
Is where we're at. So when you're talking about running this thing all day, you're looking at about an 8-hour period.
Wow. And I mean, and considering, you know, these stand-ons, like you said, it's getting on, getting off, so most guys running something like this are not going to run it a full 8-hour day. So even with a full tank of fuel, even if you run it 5 hours, which is a good work day with one of these, you're still going to have fuel left over in the tank. You're not going to have to worry about filling it up or getting it back on the truck.
You're exactly right, and that's one of the things we talked about early on. We talk about a full-size skid steer, guys that are in it all day long.
Yeah.
You know, those are the guys that are sitting inside of the skid steer, not getting out. You know, you talk about the fuel capacity and what it uses all day, being able to get on, get off, throttle down, throttle up, I mean, it's going to save you a little bit of fuel.
Yeah.
And the odds of you being on this machine an 8-hour day, you're going to be on and off of it 8 hours.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to be running it wide open.
Yeah.
8 hour. But we're looking for a day's worth of fuel.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's an important thing, you know, not having to stop and take downtime to put fuel in something. Even, I mean, there are, like, my older John Deere skid steer, you know, if I was running it wide open, you know, even just doing grade work at 60% throttle, I could get maybe 4.5 hours out of it before I had to put fuel in. And that's not even running it wide open. So not having to take that downtime to put fuel in is a really nice thing as well. So this thing is a beast, man.
It is a beast.
It looks awesome. I hope I get a chance to run it outside.
Oh, they're outside. There'll be a line so we can run it. I mean, the other thing too that you need to talk about on this machine runs speed-wise about 5.5 miles an hour.
So it'll move.
So
it'll boogie.
It gets after. It's probably not as fast as some of your bigger skid steers, but with what you're wanting to do, move fast, move material, bucket work, it does everything that you've asked it to do.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate you. I think that's the main points of it, but I really appreciate you taking time to talk to me about it. Thank you very much.
You bet.
Yeah, awesome. Hope I get a chance to run it. Thank you, sir.
No worries. Thank you.
like this little machine. It's very quick, tracks really smooth, pushes really well. It's very fast, really, actually surprisingly smooth. Ergonomics aren't great. They're not the best ergonomics. It's not a Takeuchi, and I don't really love this all the way down here where all your information is. That's kind of hard to see. I wish there was a display over here, but other than that, this thing is, the handles are really easy to get to right here. You don't have to reach far. Pedal, air vents. You got a lot of air vents back here. That's nice too. Visibility is not too bad. But all in all, this is not a bad machine as far as operating it. It's really smooth. I'm pretty impressed. This is an impressive little machine. I've never run a New Holland before, so I'm actually really kind of like running it. Yeah. Yeah. That's seems really sturdy too. Hop in, man. Yeah. I actually did. Yeah, it's really fast and it's really smooth.
I ain't never used one. You used one before?
Oh yeah. I run these on the daily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
Right now I run a Kubota U55 and I really like it. So, but this is a smooth machine. I'm pretty impressed with how it operates. Guys, this is the Yanmar VIO 40, so just a little bit smaller than what Chris runs. Doesn't have the thumb, but sitting in the cab is for a zero tail. This thing is very spacious. There's a lot of foot room in here. The ergonomics aren't too bad either. Right here, not bad. Seat belt, your display's right here, right in front of you. A little dusty, but all that's right there for you. Eco mode, 4-way blade. This is your blade control. This is a sweet little machine right here. A lot of visibility. Glass in this thing is huge. It's almost like the top. So yeah, this is a sweet little machine right here. Very cool. sweet little machine. I like it. It's really quick. It's pretty smooth. I hit the depth on that. That was really cool to hear that go off and actually see it on there. That was really cool. And this up here with the boom swing, I mean, it'll take a minute to get used to, but it's really convenient and really opens up your leg space down here on the floor. So that tracks really well. It's really smooth. 4-way blade is smooth. Yeah, visibility looks good too. Lots of air vents. So everything pretty much is right here, like on your display pretty much.
So you can hit the home button right here and you can get your gauges and stuff too.
Gotcha.
Yep, it's got radio, it's got Bluetooth compatibility.
And so you just use this little dial here to...
Yep, your jog channel. This is also a touch screen.
Oh, okay,
So you can do some things there.
Ah.
Mission verified fixes.
Gotcha.
You'll know what's affecting your gas.
So you can just, go to all this stuff.
Yep.
Backup camera too?
This one does not have it.
But you can get it?
Absolutely.
And then you got presets for your attachments?
That's right.
Can you adjust your hydraulic flows and stuff too?
Yes,
Oh, sweet. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was a pretty sweet little... That's awesome. That's a nice little machine.
Glad
Thank
you
you.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.